Hi, writers. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're all ready. All right, so over the past few days, we have been working on making some poems with using lists. We've been going back and forth and making conversation poems, or we've been working on telling a story with a story poem. So when we're studying poetry, there's also something else to notice. And that thing is who is talking in the poem. So my niece, she's been watching my videos and she has been doing her own poetry. She made herself, or she took a little journal and was doing some poetry. And she sent it to me so that I could see what she's been working on. And so I read this poem that she wrote and it made me think of something odd. So here it is. It's called Barky. What do I see? My red ball, my water bowl, a squirrel, my dog food, my soft blanket, a squirrel, ruff, ruff, right? So it's kind of like, is it Emma? Emma is seeing her red ball and her water bowl, or is it her dog, Barky? It's like she put on a mask of her dog and wrote the poem like she was Barky. And so poets do the same thing. Sometimes they stop being themselves and they put on a mask and they take the role of someone or even something else. So this is what I wanted to teach you today, that when poets are experimenting with different types of structures, that sometimes they will drop their own voice and take on the voice of another person or thing. So instead of talking about something, they write as the person or the thing. And some people call that a mask poem because it's as if the poet is speaking through the mask of another person or thing. Let me show you what I mean. All right, so here we are with this poem, Waiting Room Fish by Amy Ludwig van der Water. So I want you to try and figure out who's talking. Is the poet talking as herself, or is she wearing a mask? Like small orange birds, we watch you, watch us. We peek between plastic plants. We open wide for food flakes. We wave our tails, inviting you to join us for a swim. So, Waiting Room Fish is the title. So it sounds like she's wearing the mask of the fish that are in the tank when you go into the waiting room, like at your doctor's office. So she forces us to see through the eyes of the fish, to consider what the fish must be thinking and feeling. So I never really thought about what must go on in the mind of a waiting room fish until I read this poem. We peek between plastic plants. So you have to kind of think about that and think about their point of view. Very cool. So poets give us these feelings on purpose. By writing through a mask, a poet can help readers understand different points of view. And that's some really important stuff. So I wanted to try that today. I'm going to do that in my poetry journal. I already kind of have an idea of what thing I want to write about. So let's see, I'm going to write one and I'm going to see if you can figure out what the title should be. So I spin my hands. Around my face. You look at me. Everyone looks at me. I know the time. Time to start. Time to stop. Time for lunch. Time to read. I spin my hands. Tick tock. Okay, so have you figured out what it is? All right, I'm going to put the title up at the top and you see if you had the same idea that I did. Okay, so I took on the perspective of the clock and tried to see things from the clock's point of view. So today what we're going to do is we're going to work on trying out a mask poem today by wearing a mask of something or someone else. So that's what poets do, and that's what we're going to do today too. So to get you an idea, if you don't have one, is take a look at these guys and think about how they would see the world. What would their perspective be, right? What kind of things has this guy colored? What kind of pictures has this guy colored, right? How do they feel? Do they like their color, right? So you can write a poem as one of your crayons. So you're going to wear a mask today. We're going to try a mask poem in our poetry journal. So it should be fun. Enjoy.